if you don't show up, something bad might happen.
You have 10 minutes to leave the building. There's a bomb in the building. You have 10 minutes to leave the building. And they call after. Think of what could have happened. A lot of people would have died.
Think of what could have happened. It could have been real bad. Yeah, real bad.
So I'm just going to read off some statistics because this is when it really starts to get fucking nuts.
Yeah. The youth, baby. The youth.
So throughout this total conflict, there were approximately 48,000 injuries of all kinds. You got to think these are low estimates too, because like people would get hurt, they would not go to the cops, they would not go to the
hospital.
They would do any of that shit.
They would do anything.
37,000 shooting incidents, 23,000 incidents of armed robbery, 16,000 attempted bombings, 10,000.
How many?
16,000 attempted bombings confirmed, 10,000 confirmed bombings.
That was just the way to go,
Because sometimes it wouldn't
dude.
work or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Or they'd arrest the guy.
fucking potato bombs, dude.
10,000 bombs went off, dude, during this.
Yeah. Well, again, throughout this entire thing, from the trouble, so like from 69 to 98, whatever it was 52% of the people who died were civilians.
Yeah.
More than half the people were just like walking by, just like dads trying to protect their kids. There was just babies being fucking blown up by bombs. That's it's crazy to me, the fact that they used bombs. Like, who knows where that tactic? I didn't look into it deep enough of where that like stemmed from.
It's from their when they won to get when the Republic got violent, they made homemade bombs.
Yeah.
Like that was a key tactic. So they all still know how to do it, basically.
Yeah.
Or were taught how to do it.
But that just kept going and going and going, and it was civilians more than anything. That's what makes this. I think that's what makes this interesting. I mean, at least to me, it's fucked up.
It all happened.
Super fucking sad that it's just like, dude. You think of the wars that go on today, and dude, people call the two wars that we're currently in. I think now it's one war technically, but the wars that we're currently in, where it's just like, dude, we're just chilling at our places and in the United States. Nothing happens. It all happens in a place far away. There's just soldiers doing their thing, and the opposing soldiers are doing their thing. Dude, this was like me and you right here just being like, well, shit, we gotta cut this short.
Yeah, or just, that's what's so crazy about it. That's the reason for and why, like, you know, it wasn't a full-out war, is because they were just in the middle of a city, dude. Like, it was an insurgency.
Yeah.
And the British Army was like, oh, we'll, like, try and round some of these guys up, but, like, we're not just going to, like, blow the whole fucking place up. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Right.
And the IRA was very cognizant of the fact, like, we're going to try and not kill civilians. Yeah. But, of course, when you light off 10,000 fucking bombs, dude, you know.
They're using nail bombs, too, which is just...
they use beer cans to make those, dude.
Of course they did. Fucking drunks.
Yeah, by the way, dude, Belfast, in this book I read, they were like, multiple times the author was like, Belfast is a thirsty city.
Oh, my God. And if you go there now, I mean, tensions are still as high as they could be, right? I mean,
I've been there.
Really?
It's normal.
Like, you can cross that border back and forth, no issue?
Yeah, we went all over.
No shit, dude. Were you talking about Bloody...
We toured all this shit, man.
Were you talking about Bloody Sunday?
Yeah.
Dude, you were there, dude?
I was there.
When'd you go to Ireland?
I flew into Dublin. I was in Ireland proper for like an hour.
No
We took a bus. You land at Dublin, take a bus an hour north to Belfast.
Holy balls, dude.
Yeah,
Were they
there's
like,
no like border stop or anything. There's just like a line. It's just like you're now in Northern Ireland.
watch out?
No, man, like it's just
There's stories, dude, of people just like, I mean, I don't know if necessarily tourists, but just like, you know, people who fucking stop you in the street, or like muggers, people just being like, are you Catholic or Protestant?
yeah. That doesn't happen now though.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm sure if you walk into the wrong bar, they'll be like, "Who the fuck are you?"
Yeah, I read a story that was a guy visiting Ireland, and I don't know if he was in the Republic of Ireland or if he was in Northern Ireland, and he's about to get mugged, and these guys are holding a gun to his head, and they're like, "Are you Catholic or are you Protestant?" And he's just like, knowing the little that he knows, he's like, "I'm atheist," and the fucking guy holding the gun cocks it, and he goes, "Is that Catholic atheist or Protestant atheist?" Like, you fucking dunce. You're such a
That's
dumb
hilarious,
person, dude.
That's hilarious.
Oh my god, dude.
What the fuck's an atheist?
Yeah, I don't know what that is. You're gonna have to explain it to me in Catholic or Protestant words.
You've got 10 minutes to leave. Yeah, you can talk about Bloody Sunday because this is when they really start hating the British Army.
Yeah, it's a U2 song. No, U2's a terrible band for all of you guys then.
I'll play you some U2 you'll fucking love, dude.
I don't want to hear it.
Dude, all you've heard is that radio. Yeah, that's all you've heard, dude. You've heard their fucking 99 to fucking 2010 radio bullshit, dude.
Sunday, Bloody Sunday.
And that song, obviously.
Yeah, but 26.
Should we just trash U2 the rest of this?
Dude, I'll trash them all day.
I like U2. You just don't like Bono.
Yeah, I don't like Bono.
Yeah.
Oh, get it, Carrick. What does fucking Stan say? Fuck, he's like, he didn't break the record. He is the record. He's just a big, just a big piece of shit. So on Bloody Sunday, January 30th, 1972, literally 3 years and a couple weeks after this all kicks off, 26 unarmed civilians shot down. 13 were killed and one fatally wounded. I mean, I think that would mean 14 kills.
Was it a funeral or a protest?
Funeral.
Yeah.
By the British Army during a massive anti-internment prison. Dude, that was another thing we didn't even talk about.
We'll talk about that next.
The fucking dude. Oh my god, dog. History will continue to repeat itself. I think we're just dumb as a species. We just continue to be like, won't happen. Not around here, not this time. You know how advanced we are? Not gonna happen, dude.
Yeah.
Too many people care. Have you seen, dude? Hashtags?
Have you seen Twitter, dude?
Dude, you see the hashtags, dude?
What's your TikTok?
Oh my god, fuck. All right. So, anyways, one of the dead, Jared Donaghy, was a member of the Fianna Éireann and reportedly had nail bombs on his person. After a lengthy examination of the evidence in the inquiry report, Lord Saville concluded that, quote, in our view, Gerald Donaghy was probably in possession of the nail bombs when he was shot, but noted, quote, for reasons given elsewhere in this report, Donaghy was not shot because of his possession of the nail bombs. This was the highest death toll from a single shooting incident during the Troubles. So this was, dude, 26 fucking people one day.
They just opened up on the crowd.
A literal fucking bloodbath.
Yeah, they just said fuck it and opened up, dude.
So the funeral that you're talking about, this was so January 30th, February 2nd was the funeral of the 11 of those that were killed on Bloody Sunday. Prayer services were held across Ireland and Dublin. Over 30,000 people marched to the British Embassy carrying 13 replica coffins and black flags. They attacked the embassy January 6th, with stones and bottles, then petrol bombs, so Molotov cocktails. The building was eventually burnt to the motherfucking ground. son.
Yeah.
Woo! That's a lot, dude.
Yeah. So, couple things come out of this. First of all, the IRA's recruitment went through the fucking roof. Secondly, this sets off.
You're telling me 26 people died? Are you telling me 26? Tell me again that 26 of my people died.
Don't lie to me.
Don't lie to me. Is it 26? Sign me up right now.
I'll join you. The other thing is this starts the trend of if any of the IRA guys died or like a civilian gets killed by the other side or anything, or on the UVF, the Ulster Volunteer Forces, they were the biggest opponent to the IRA. We're not really going to talk about them because fuck them, dude.
Fucking soft. Soft.
Because fuck them.
Soft. Fucking soft.
They were doing all the same shit as the IRA. They just weren't as big, and they had the fucking cops on their side, dude. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
they didn't really
gay,
need it as much.
Real gay.
They didn't need it as much, basically. But there were groups on the other
Dude,
side.
the IRA was MacGyvering their way into
Yeah.
this shit. Where the fucking UVA, right?
UVF.
UVF, they were just like, more guns, please. They would give
Yeah.
more guns.
Yeah, they were like, officer,
Yeah.
can I have your gun? Can I have your gun, laddie?
Yeah. It's hard not. I mean, dude. I would like to have more perspective on it, of just feeling what it would be like. But I feel like it's obvious that people who are just trying to live the life that are poor, don't have as much, would be like, can we just fucking be left alone?
Can we vote?
Yeah. Can we just like,
Can I have a
leave us?
house? Can you not burn my house to the ground, dude?
Those are the good guys, right? Those are the good guys?
Yeah, basically.
Jesus Christ.
What was I going to say? Oh, the funeral. So this kicks off like...
IRA applications.
Oh, yeah, no. But like from now on, whenever an IRA guy dies or a UVF guy dies, they just throw these massive funerals.
Yeah.
And they literally are,
Fucking bagpipes and
they
shit.
cover their faces in balaclavas.
Yeah.
And they wear the fucking red beret and the uniform and bagpipes in the street. It's a whole thing. And they're like, how dare you?
Yeah.
We're coming for you, boyo.
Yeah.
You know, it was a provocation, basically.
Yeah.
Saying, we're still here, fuck you.
Yeah.
Also, fuck, what was I going to say? We could kind of go a million places.
Yeah, I know,
places
but
from
you're
here.
saying civilian shit, the civilians go up anytime any of these. So it was a constant. We can't stress that enough. A constant back and forth of like, it was a one-upmanship too, of just like
Just all retaliation killings, retaliation bombings.
Yes.
Meanwhile, any citizen is just like, I might die today, going to the grocery store.
Yeah, dude. Yes.
So that's the whole city. The whole
Yes.
city's living in fear, like, for 30 fucking years. They're like, well, I might get blown up on my way to fucking work. This sucks.
Yeah.
Why do I live here?
I think that stretch of the 70s, well, I mean, obviously that's...
This is the worst part of it.
Because the stretch of that, there was the Abercorn restaurant bombing. A fucking bomb went off in Belfast. It killed 2 Catholic civilians, and it wounded 130 people.
Yeah, so many people get injured, arms blown off and shit.
Badly maimed. The IRA was blamed for it.
Yeah.
In 1972, the Donegal Street bombing, the PIRA detonated its first car bomb.
Provost.
Yeah. Allegedly due to inadequate warnings for civilians, 2 RUC officers and a UDR. Look, all these fucking
There's so many names and
Yes, it's silly.
You know
I'm
what?
telling you.
You know what's? Oh, dude, we forgot a couple things. So when the British Army is sent in, England was like, "Yeah, dude, we're just the government now.
Yeah.
Your parliament's done.
Yeah.
Your assembly's done. Like, we're just gonna take over."
Yeah.
And they called it home rule versus direct rule. And
What do they call it?
Home rule means the people at home are ruling the country.
Oh, okay,
So
okay.
like their parliament, their elected officials.
Yeah.
Then it became direct rule. England's like, fuck that, dude. Like Westminster runs the show now, dude. The army's there.
Christ, dude.
Another thing that we were gonna talk about, and we got sidetracked like 25 minutes ago, is internment.
Oh, yes.
So they would do these roundups. The biggest one is they just went to like the British Army had this huge operation, and I'll talk about their commander in a second, who they sent in for this to like run Belfast.
Okay.
This guy was nuts, dude.
Yeah.
They just went to 7,000 houses in the Catholic part of town, and the cops and the soldiers just like destroyed people's houses looking for guns, looking for it was called Operation Demetrius. Just smash people's houses. So again, just putting people out in the fucking street, and they arrested like 500 people.
Yeah, arresting 342 people suspected of being involved with
And they're just like, yeah, we don't know when you're getting out. Shut up. Get in the fucking van,
most of
dude."
those arrested were Catholics with no links to Republican paramilitaries.
They just said,
Many
"Fuck
people
you."
reported their families were beaten, threatened by soldiers. This sparked 4 days of violence in which 20 civilians died. A couple
Also-
soldiers died. Just
So out of this, they got 11 guys that they were looking for, and they put hoods on them, loaded them in helicopters, and drove them to the middle of the fucking woods, dude. And
had a picnic.
basically, the torturers learned their techniques. They were all Korean War veterans. So they used the torture techniques that the Chinese and the North Koreans were using. Like super loud tones. Like, just like every 5 seconds. Like make your ears bleed. Making you wear a hood for days, not feeding you, just beating the shit out of you. And being like, what's up, bro? Like basically the first 30 minutes of Zero Dark 30 was happening to these 11 guys. And then they were like, well, sorry, bros, you didn't tell us anything. We're just going to dump you in the middle of the fucking street. You're free to go, dude. Another thing that happens, Maze Prison is built.
Okay.
Massive prison.
Okay.
It was a fucking fortress, even though people escaped, which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
30 minutes outside of Belfast. That's another huge thing that happens. So they built a massive prison. They sent in the army. They essentially dissolved their government.
Yeah, dude.
So that's kind of where we're at, dude. And it's still like 1971. All this
happens
in the span of 2 years, dude.
It's back and forth.
And a full-blown fucking insurgency starts, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just going to read a couple notes I jotted down in here. Just that I thought were funny from the book. This one little boy was walking to school, and every morning his old woman neighbor lady would be like, "Did you bless yourself with the Pope's piss this morning, you Catholic scum?"
Jesus Christ, dude. What? Why
And then-
would you say that?
Another thing I thought was funny is, maybe not funny, but interesting, is one of the IRA's main guys, Brendan Hughes.
Okay.
When he was a kid, his dad was like, "Don't get tattoos. Never get tattoos."
So Catholic.
And he was like, "All right." And then like he got older and he was like, "Oh, they're identifying marks
Yeah, yeah.
from the cops."
Smart.
So his dad was telling him that from like age 10. Never get tattoos, laddie.
Yeah, man. That prison is. You're talking so. Well, the first time
Maze
the prison
prison.
escape. I'll blast this through into the
Yeah,
80s
we can just
here.
jump around from here, dude, because, like, there's too much shit to cover, dude.
It's insane.
There's too much shit to cover. So
It's
just
insane.
whatever you want to talk about is cool with me.
So the prison escape, 38 Republican prisoners staged an elaborate escape out of the Maze prison. One officer died of a heart attack, and 20 others were injured, including 2 shot with guns that had been smuggled into the prison. Half of the escapees were recaptured within 2 days. Others were later captured, but some evaded capture in the Republic of Ireland or the United States. Dude, they went out looking for these motherfuckers in the U.S.
Yeah.
Are you out of your mind? I just landed here. I just landed in Ellis Island. I'm trying to get up in some French pussy. Can you please leave me the fuck alone?
Yeah, dude.
I'm telling this bitch about my fucking adventures in my homeland. Like, you don't know. Stop the bumming from happening.
Yeah. Meanwhile, that's what you think's gonna happen, but in reality, you get to Boston and you're like, fuck. This is just everybody from back home, dude. What the fuck did I do, dude?
Yeah. Oh my god, dude.
But yeah, so how did they escape? Because I didn't really look at this one.
Let me see. Let's see what we can find out here. Because a couple of these guys, it was a maximum security prison. Okay, to be the most it's supposed to be one of the most escape-proof prisons in Europe, and held prisoners suspected of taking part in the Troubles bullshit. Let's see. Provisional Irish Republic Army. Prisoners escaped from H Block 7. One of the prisoners died of a heart attack. We already talked about that. The escape was a propaganda coup for the IRA, and the British government minister faced calls to resign. The official inquiry... Dude, I mean, the escape here... had a 15-foot fence. Each H block was encompassed by an 18-foot concrete.
They just like bum rush or like what do they do?
I'm reading it right now. Hold on. Prisoners had been planning the escape for several months. Shortly after 2:30 p.m., prisoners seized control of H7, their cell block, by simultaneously taking prison officers hostage at gunpoint. Those were the guns, obviously, that got smuggled in order to prevent them from triggering an alarm. One officer was stabbed with a craft knife. If you don't know what that is, go to church.
Fucking losers.
And another was knocked down by a blow to the back of the head. One officer who attempted to prevent the escape was shot in the head by Jerry Kelly, but survived. 20 minutes later, this starts at 2:30 in the afternoon, the prisoners were in control. It took them 20 minutes to get in control of their cell block without an alarm being raised. Fucking ain't not bad. At 3:25, a lorry delivering food supply arrived at the entrance.
And they just stole the truck. I'm guessing.
The lorry driver was told that the lorry was being used in an escape, and he was instructed what route to take.
Their truck is being used in an escape.
At 3:50, the prisoners left H7. Driver ordered to take back. At nearly 4 p.m., the lorry drove towards the main gate of the prison. Dude, so they're sitting in that thing for a while.
They're just hanging.
They're hanging. The guy does his job. He's like, "Listen, you be a part of this. You'll be part of history."
Okay, but I can't get fired.
Shut the fuck up.
I can't get fired.
You do what we tell you. We put you in the fucking potato sack. So then, by the time it was 4 o'clock, they've been chilling in there for fucking like 2 hours. 10 prisoners dressed in guard uniforms and armed with guns and chisels dismounted from the lorry and entered the gatehouse, where they took the officers hostage. At 4:05, officers began to resist. Officer pressed an alarm. Officers arrived for work. Were entering the gates. Blah 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 blah. Jesus Christ! At 4:12, the alarm was raised when an officer in the gatehouse pushed the prisoner, holding him. This is all kind of fucking whatever.
They got out.
Yeah. Outside the prison, the IRA had planned a logistical support operation involving 100 armed members. But due to miscalculation of 5 minutes, the prisoners found no transport. Dude, that's a killer, dude. If you're like, in 5 minutes, we need these guys to be here, and they don't show up.
Dude, you know what that reminds me of?
Yeah.
Do you remember those two guys who escaped from prison in New York like 5 years ago?
No.
So the person that was helping them escape worked at the prison, this woman. And they were both banging her.
Shocker.
Yeah. And they go, we need you to be at this manhole cover at this specific time.
Okay.
And they popped it up. She never came.
What happened? Was she asleep or what?
No, she fucking had she had a panic attack and like almost had a stroke and had to go to the hospital.
Oh my god.
And like, so they open
Fuck
up
that bitch, dude.
they open up the thing like, where the fuck is this pig, dude?
Yeah.
And manhunt started. They never made it to Canada. One guy they killed in a shootout. The other guy is back in prison.
Can you imagine opening up that manhole and not seeing that bitch?
Like, what the fuck?
Where is this bitch? You said you.
That's what that reminds me of, man.
Oh fuck.
So their boys don't show up.
Yeah. So at 4:25, a bunch of fucking people just show up in strategic positions across Northern Ireland, resulting in recapture of one prisoner by 11 o'clock. So he was free for like 6-7 hours. 20 prison officers were injured during the escape. 13 were kicked and beaten. 4 stabbed. And 2 shot.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
One prison officer, James Ferris, who had been stabbed, died after suffering a heart. Oh, well, he's the little bitch who suffered a heart attack. But what a fucking... I mean, that's kind of an escape. You guys lasted like 6 hours.
So the other prison escape that I thought was interesting was the ship that they transported the initial troops on to Northern Ireland from England.
Yeah.
They turned it into a prison and just set it up in the docks. And
Today.
No. Back then.
Okay.
And 5 guys broke one of the bars that led to the porthole, and they smashed the porthole and squeezed out. But it was the middle of winter, so they covered themselves in butter and shoe polish. Butter to coat like their skin because they were swimming in the water, and shoe polish to make it black.
It's dark.
Yeah. And so they swim to shore. They steal a fucking bus. And luckily, they were like, does anybody here know how to drive a fucking bus? And one guy's like, I used to be a bus driver. And they were like, oh my God, that's so lucky. This is going so well. And they drive to the middle of Belfast.
Yeah.
And just park the bus and get out. Immediately, kids swarm. Just start stripping it for parts, and then light it on fire. And they go into a bar, and everybody like stops, and nobody says anything. And then people just started giving them clothes. And one guy tossed them his car keys, and they escaped to the Republic of Ireland.
God, dude.
And you know what they did the next day? They held a fucking press conference.
We're taking our talents to South Beach.
Yeah, so I thought that was fucking hilarious.
Jesus, dude.
Oh, so a couple just quick things I wanted to hit on here.
Yeah.
All the weapons. So, and we'll get more on this later because I just want to do this real quick. They started buying AR-18s. They started sailing to New York City
Okay.
because, there's all these cruise lines. Ships are being built there. So they're just smuggling back AR-18s, which is like foldable machine guns.
Yeah.
High-power rifles that
Very
you can turn into
convenient.
machine guns.
Very convenient.
Next thing I wanted to say is, we were talking about those 11 guys getting tortured. So 20 years later, the British government looked into this, and said it was degrading but not torture. All right?
They weren't there, dog.
I know. Well, they were doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like their human rights commission looked into it. And you know what we did with that, United States, after the torture program at the black sites?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we were like, well, what about that? We used that as justification.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I read that. It was the crux of our justification to torture those prisoners. Isn't that crazy, dude?
My God. What's wrong with us?
All right, next thing I just want to hit on real quick, Frank Kitson.
Okay.
He is the guy that the British sent over. And they were like, fix this.
Well, dude, okay, so when does this guy come around? What is this?
He comes in 71. He does the big roundups and shit.
Okay.
So before his big thing was he was in Kenya.
Okay.
And there was an armed insurrection there, part of the British Empire. All right, so
Pretty clean, right? Pretty
he
clean.
turned that around in a couple of years, dude. But that's the thing. He's like, that was in the jungle, like blah blah. You know, we could turn people. He wrote a book on counterinsurgency. Yeah. To the point where this guy was so well known that the IRA started buying this guy's book to find out his tactics.
Oh my God, dude.
It's like the seminal book on counterinsurgency.
Yeah.
He was just lopping Kenyans' heads up, shooting people.
Of course it was, dude.
And like they would say, like how he would gain a traitor's trust, a traitor, in Kenya.
Yeah.
He'd give him his gun.
Yeah.
He'd be like, "Take my gun.
Yeah.
I'll use a machete."
Yeah.
And like that's how he would bond with the guy betraying his own people.
Oh my God.
All right, so this guy creates the MRF in the
Okay.
British Army,
Okay.
which is their plainclothes unit, intelligence unit. And it was their whole job to snatch people up and assassinate high target IRA guys.
Yeah.
And they bought,
So this is like special forces.
but they were just in plainclothes. And here's what was fucked up about it is because they bought all the same weapons that the IRA was using.
Yeah.
So if they fucked up and killed the civilian, they would just
blame it on the IRA.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
God damn it.
Yeah.
You know how much of this shit goes on today? I mean, I just.
Not here, pal.
Oh, yeah. Listen, guys, it happens every day here in your fucking backyard, and we're all just
Goddamn
fucking
backyard.
stupid. We're all just fucking stupid.
So yeah, that was just some cool shit I wanted to hit on. So the 70s were a fucking mess. Like 69 to 75.
This whole thing, dude, the troubles from. I mean, I just was going through the entire.
This is a
timeline.
key piece we missed. All right, so 72,
Okay.
they call a ceasefire, and they invite
Who?
both sides, the IRA and the British government,
Okay.
and they invite the top members of the IRA and the various other groups, because there's also like the INLA, Ireland National Liberation Army.
Yeah.
They invite all these guys to come to England and discuss ending it in 72.
Jesus, dude.
So one of the guys is Jerry Adams, who becomes a super big dick politician in the 90s, early 2000s, in
Yeah.
the late 80s as well.
Yeah.
And he denies ever being in the IRA. He always said, I'm just part of the political thing. Meanwhile,
Oh my God.
everybody who ever worked with him was like, dude, he was like he was ordering us to kill people, man.
Yeah.
So he denies it to this day that he was ever involved. He was just like, I was just part of Sinn Féin, whatever it's called, their political thing. So they invite him, and he's like 24 at the time, and a bunch of the older IRA guys. They fly him to England. And there's MI5 guys there. There's the Secretary of State for England. And they sit him down, and they're like, what do you want? And they're like, We'd like you to get the fuck out of our country, man.
Yeah.
Nothing happens.
Yeah.
But, and this is my conspiracy angle on the thing. The one guy, I forget his Whitehall or something. He's the Secretary of State guy.
Okay.
I think that's where he flipped this Jerry Adams guy. And this has never been confirmed. It's high conspiracy level shit. I think he was informing on the IRA to the British government.
That makes sense. Look,
That's my thought. I didn't read that in that book.
Yeah.
That's just what I gathered from all
no,
this
I'm
shit.
glad. That's a fucking original thought of just like what. But see, like, I don't think anybody anymore should just say conspiracy theories. That's just whatever. But that would make sense. That's what history has shown has happened before. If this guy can flip this guy, dude, the fact that this guy he said, no, I wasn't a part of this when he was clearly a part of it, right? Like,
Clearly. His
Like-
best friend was that Brendan Hughes guy who I was saying, like, his dad was telling him not to get tattoos.
yeah. And he was like, no, I don't even know that guy.
When he was running for office, he brought that guy with him to stand next to him at speeches and shit to give him credibility.
So then the flip. So look, you got to follow the money. Where's the money in all of this?
Oh, that's fucking something we missed, dude.
Yeah.
The money.
Yeah.
So in the beginning, they were just robbing banks. They were robbing banks. They were robbing post offices.
Yeah.
The IRA. They were doing whatever the fuck they could.
Yeah.
And then they were getting donations from.
Because they're not getting money stolen from the government, which is taxes and,
Yeah.
yeah.
They were getting donations from Republic of Ireland as well as weapons. And they just kept juicing. We'll talk about the weapons in a second, dude. Hell yeah, dude. The weapons importation shit is nuts, man.
Yeah.
And then America. Because there were like 3 times the amount of Irish Americans versus fucking people in Ireland.
Yeah. Yeah. I get what you're saying.
So they were just sending them money, dude.
Fucking A, dude.
NORAID. That was the organization.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And they actually went to court in the United States. They were like, what are you doing with the money?
I can just see some fucking Irish official just looking through pages like, pass.
Yeah, they made them put on paper. They're like, you have to put that the provisional IRA is your, I forget the term, but like that's where the money's going. They're like, no. They were like, that's not what it is.
Look, you keep putting these rules and regulations in place. We're just trying to make a living out here.
So let's talk weaponry, dude.
Yeah, lay it on me. What do you got here, guys?
So I mentioned the AR-18s.
Yeah,
When
they fold this way, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fucking awesome,
That's
dude.
tight. That's tight.
So this gets fucking wild, dude.
Yeah.
Initially, they just had like World War II bolt action rifles and like shitty pistols.
Yeah.
Homemade bombs.
The
That's what
Republic of Ireland.
that's
Yeah.
what they were sending them.
Yeah, yeah.
And then eventually they're like, let's get some heavy duty shit.
Let's get some.
So-
Let's get some stopping power.
Yeah. So eventually they start making big deals with these gun runners out of New York.
Yeah,
And they start getting like machine pistols
the mafia.
and ARs and Semtex.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Plastic
right.
explosives. That's where they
That's
first started
right.
buying all that shit.
Yeah.
Because before
yeah.
they were just making like, nail bombs and homemade
Yeah.
shit.
Just trash.
now they
people
just
bombs.
had literally plastic explosives.
Yeah.
And so these gun runners eventually get caught. In the 80s, I'm skipping around here, but whatever.
Yeah.
Whitey Bulger
Nice.
sent a fucking boat full of guns.
R.I.P. Nice dog.
Yeah, he got stabbed up pretty bad, dude. Woo! He sent a boatload of guns that got confiscated. So they think he was sending, since the 70s,
Yeah.
he was sending them guns the whole time.
Yeah.
But the biggest guy who was aiding their cause was our fucking main man, Muammar Gaddafi.
That's right. Guy supporting the
Because
IRA.
Gaddafi hated fucking England.
Yeah.
So his whole thing was like, dude, I'm with Ireland.
Yeah.
Like, he made multiple statements to the media. I support a full Republic of Ireland.
Yes.
I support the IRA. He gave him $1 million, £1 million, and a couple cases just to like start.
Jameson.
And then we'll get to this later once the hunger strikes start.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So after all that, he's like, hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Also, the U.S. bombed Gaddafi's house, and the planes took off from England. So after that happened, he started sending like literal tons of Semtex explosives. He sent him 50 cals.
That's amazing.
In the 90s, there was this one part in this like smaller town. They killed like 10 British soldiers with fucking 50 cals.
That's insane. Do you know how loud that would have been? They killed.
Could you imagine being
How did those other
110
9 guys not be like, we gotta get the fuck out of here?
The guy's body just
He's a fucking pink mist.
they
Did
sent
they
him,
just?
oh my God.
Was that a miniature bomb that just went off inside of him? No, dude, that's a fucking 50 cal. This is fucking. There's a
Barrett M82s and whatever the Barrett 50 cal is.
There's a 14-inch hole in the backside of this fucking guy, dude. Jesus Christ.
His spine is no more.
Dude, I was laughing so hard when I saw that one of the, I think literally the only country backing the IRA, I think in the Wikipedia page, is Libya. And I'm like, Umar Gaddafi. Oh, fuck. Dude, the Studio 54 just like, I like the Irish. I like what they're doing. We should let them do what they want.
Oh, man.
Oh, fuck.
So he just starts sending shiploads of guns to them.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah. Like more and more.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that kind of goes back to what the IRA's tactics are. Tons of bombs, and then it was literally just kids on top of roofs with rifles trying to kill one British Army soldier.
Yeah.
And that was a success.
You go home, you eat your, one leaf of cabbage and fucking slice of potato, and you're like, we got one today.
Yeah, man. So before we get to the hunger strike shit, because that is genuinely depressing, the IRA they blew up the Queen's cousin, dude. Which R.I.P. to that guy, dude. It's just funny to say.
You think
They blew up the Queen's cousin.
You think she still holds that against him?
Yeah, dude. She fucking probably hates Irish people.
She doesn't know what color red is, dude.
She's probably sharp at the time.
Yeah,
So this guy goes on a trip on his boat with his family to the northwestern part of Ireland,
yeah.
which is not Northern Ireland, even though it's the most north part of the fucking country. It makes no sense.
Of the island.
So they planted a bomb on his boat, and it killed him, killed a couple people in his family. They tried to blow up Margaret Thatcher
Oh yeah, that's right.
in the 80s.
But she,
She was like, whatever her party was having a conference, and they blew up the fucking hotel, dude. She almost died, man.
Did the IRA did this? Mm-hmm. Dude, that's wild because she was
That was in
like
the 80s,
conservative.
She fucking hated him, though.
Yeah,
They were all socialists, man.
I know. Dude, see, this is what my confliction with this. If I can make just a connection is in the Nicaraguan Revolution. It's so similar. Like the Contras had this like guerrilla warfare, Republican backed by fucking Ronald Reagan, and you're like, fuck yeah, dude. And then the socialists, the socialist Sandinistas are like, no, dude, like we're backed by like Cuba, we're backed by like all these fucking socialist places in union fucking mentality. And it's like one always corrupts the other. You know, like you want success so badly that your original concept,
it's gone.
it goes,
Yeah, and then
you're just the bad guy again.
you're wearing a
and then it's,
balaclava with an AK,
that's right, dude.
just blowing up.
That's the
people's
most
houses.
accurate shit in the world.
Yeah,
And that's what happens with the IRA. That's what happens with, as much as we'd like to defend these guys as being the poor Catholic
they're scum, dude.
scum, they're just, dude.
They're scum. They turned.
I mean, just as responsible for murders and deaths of
they
civilians.
did horrible shit, dude.
Yeah, just the whole list. This whole list of
Dude, if they even
bombings and murders, it's like, oh my god, it's every day, every month for 30 years.
yeah.
It doesn't stop.
By the way,
literally doesn't
if
stop.
they thought you were collaborating or even talking to the police or the British government,
Yeah, you fucking did.
they would just shoot you and leave you in the fucking street, dude.
Yeah.
And write spray paint traitor on you, dude.
Yeah.
Or, so 11 people, they just disappeared.
What do you mean?
The most famous one is this woman. She had 10 fucking kids, and she was a widow. And all she did two things. She did two things that fucked up. A British soldier got shot. She lived in that huge complex.
Yeah.
British soldier gets shot outside of her door.
She
And
couldn't tell who it was.
He was screaming for his mother. And she went out and put a pillow under his head and went back inside. And the next morning, somebody had spray painted Brit Lover on her door. All right, the next thing she wouldn't do.
Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Downer.
Yeah. So also, when they would do a raid in this big complex,
Yeah.
there was this thing called the chain, where literally you would open up your window, pass the gun and the grenades to the person in the next,
Yeah.
and they'd basically keep it going until it made it all the way down to the other side of the complex.
Okay.
And she refused to take part in that. Because she's like, dude, I have 10 kids. I'm not doing this. Like, I'm a widow. And they kidnapped her one night in front of her kids. Literally dragged her out of the apartment. And, yep, nobody ever saw her again. And you know what's even more fucked up?
Oh, God,
They
man.
brought back her purse the next day and gave it to her kids, man.
Oh,
But, hey,
jeez.
there's justice in that one. There's justice in this one. So, like, in the
kid who
early
took the
2000s,
purse?
they were like, should we try and solve this murder? Because at the time, they didn't even open a file on it.
Of course not. They got more shit. There's a bombing happening today.
Exactly. So a bunch of the IRA members went. Boston College had this project to interview former IRA members, and they talked candidly with the agreement that they would never release the recordings until they died. So they handed over the tapes to the Northern Ireland police force, and they arrested like 4 people.
Jesus Christ.
So they never found her body, though. Or no, they did. They buried her by like a beach or some shit. I don't remember. But anyways,
Yeah. That's fucking wild, dude.
one other hilarious thing that I wanted to bring up. So the main target was businesses and bars for bombs.
Yeah.
So, like,
Well, most people
within
are.
2 years, there were no fucking businesses, really. And all the bars were blown up. So they just started, like, making what they called them shebeens, and they were illegal drinking clubs in burned out buildings.
That's the poorest shit I've ever heard.
There were no bars left, dude.
It's like, oh my God, Connor, do you got a bottle? Let's go to the burnt down building and open up a bar.
They would name them and shit, and they would steal the booze. Like they'd be like, liquor license, go fuck yourself, pal.
Liquor license. I can't spell either of those words. Go fuck yourself.
All right, so we'll kind of just speed through to get to the hunger strike shit. So 1974, the IRA decides to start planting bombs in England.
Okay.
Before it was all just in their country.
Yeah.
So they had this huge fucking thing planned. They planted 5 bombs, all car bombs, stole cars, took them to the chop
An
shop,
elaborate fucking.
put a ton of fucking Semtex in it,
We're talking movies.
wires
here,
all over.
yeah.
So they started planning them. And
I wonder if Semtex is C4. Is that what that is?
yeah, it's plastic. It's the same
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
Plastic
yeah.
explosive. Yeah.
Okay.
So the British, see, this is where I start to think that dude was collaborating, because this is the first major attack.
Yes. Say who's collaborating with
Jerry Adams
is collaborating with.
the British government, and
Okay.
he's one of the leaders of the IRA, even though he's denied it.
Right. Because he's a liar.
Yeah, he's a fucking politician, dude. So the first major attack, the cops get tipped off.
Yeah.
And so they plant all the bombs. First bomb squad takes it out. And somehow the police know that all of the bombers are leaving the country immediately. So they shut down the airport. And they say, who the fuck is going back to Ireland? They interview and arrest all those people. And they get 7 out of the 8 bombers. 2 bombs went off. One fucked up like a whole fucking street block. They planted it in front of the courthouse, dude. So, all right, so they get the bombers. 2 of them are these sisters. Dolores, I think it's Dolores. It's spelled fucking stupid,
It's
though.
obviously Dolores.
Dolores and Marion Price, these sisters in the IRA, they're fucking nuts, dude.
Yeah.
But I'll just get to it. So they,
Hold on. We've got to timestamp this. This is a great clip. This is what you're saying right now.
yeah,
Yeah. And we can play with that fucking sci-fi.
yeah, we're 2 hours in.
Yeah. No, this is
150.
good. This is good. This is good.
I don't have a pen, dude.
Hold on. That's one of those. What's that movie that you like? The fucking Blade Runner song. Dun, dun, dun. While you're going off on that shit.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. All right. I'm sorry. I think
No,
you
it's
cut
cool.
your flow. All right, so this guy, conspiracy, he's probably the guy saying that these bombs are going to get off. They get 7 out of the 8 bombs. The 2 sisters, go, baby, go.
All right, so they arrest them at the airport going back to Dublin. And at first, because they have fake passports and shit,
Yeah,
and they're like, we don't know what you're talking about.
yeah.
And then eventually they're in the interrogation room and they start looking at their watches. And they're like, the fuck is that?
Yeah.
They're like, it's nothing. I'm not in the IRA. And
got
they're like,
to-
what? No, so they're not saying shit, and it gets to be, they figure out that all the bombs are going to go off by 3 o'clock
Yeah.
based on the timer on the first one that they disassembled.
Okay.
So then 2 other bombs go off, and there's 1 bomb remaining. And they're sitting in the interrogation room, and finally she looks down at her watch and then smiles because it was 3 o'clock. And they're like, you're under arrest. Like, are you fucking kidding? Like,
Oh, my God. She's like, no, it's 3 o'clock. I got to feed my cat Clancy.
so that's like, that was a dead giveaway.
Yeah.
They sentenced 20 years, they both got, and they're in England. But these are the first IRA terrorists that have been arrested on British soil. So they don't send them to the women's prison. They send them to the men's prison.
You're out of your fucking mind.
Yeah. And they gave them their own cell, their own area, and they made guards walk with them everywhere they went.
That's insane.
Yeah. They're like, these two bitches are crazy, dude. We're not putting them in the women's prison.
We're
dude.
protecting you from them, not them from you.
And like their comments on it, they're like, the whole place just smelled like men. I was like, and they literally get like, people were just screaming at them as they were walking by.
Yeah.
Like, I am gonna fuck the shit out of you. Or like,
I can smell your cunt.
yeah, it's Migs from fucking,
Sounds of the
yeah,
lambs,
that's basically what it is. Everywhere they're walking.
Jesus Christ.
So eventually they're like, we're going on a hunger strike.
Yeah.
They get 2 weeks in, and the government's like, we cannot, they're going to do it. They're going to kill themselves. We cannot let that happen in our fucking prisons. So they start force feeding them.
Which is like,
It's horrifying.
that's torture in itself. That is an actual
So at the
torture.
time, it was still legal in the UK.
Because you know what? It's all cute when you're like trying to feed your
Dude.
baby. But you're trying to.
I'm not going to describe it. It is horrifying, man.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
So they did this for 6 months, force fed them every single day. And then finally they're like, yeah, this is pretty fucked up. Like, people, you can kill somebody doing that. Like,
Yeah, 100%.
And
You can overfeed them. You can choke them. You can fucking like.
tube can like fucking kill
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
But they would just throw up immediately
Yeah,
after.
yeah.
And like, so finally they're like, hey, it's illegal now. You want to kill yourself? Fucking go for it.
yeah.
And they got down to like something crazy, like 60, 65 pounds or something. And they were going to do it.
God,
And the government was like, fine, we'll send you to fucking Northern. That's all they wanted. They just
Yeah.
wanted to be in jail in Northern Ireland.
Oh my.
So they sent him back.
That's fucking wild.
Yeah. So that's when the hunger strikes start. And this was a tactic used forever by the Irish, I guess.
Oh sure. Well, forever used by a lot of people. I mean, dude, none of what's happening throughout the 60s, 70s, and 80s and 90s at this point is something new. These people have all learned these things, obviously.
Yeah.
From, tactics that were used before and in all sorts of fucking wars and bullshit here. But, I mean...
But then the real fucking shit, the real fucking motherfucking hunger strikes go on, dude.
That's what I was just trying to
So the Maze prison, dude.
Yeah.
So they revoked their special status. When they would arrest these guys and put them in prison
Yeah.
and actually sentence them, not just interned, held indefinitely, they'd get like 20 years for bombing, and accidentally killing 3 people. So they'd be like, all right, you're in jail for 20 years. They revoked their special status, which meant that they were political prisoners and not just regular prisoners. So they wanted to wear their own clothes. They wanted to get a certain amount of mail every week. They wanted to freely associate with other prisoners. Those were their demands. And they took that away from them. So they refused to put on the fucking prison clothes. This happened in 1976. This was when it starts. Then 1980. 1980. That's when this happens.
Yeah.
And it's that Brendan Hughes guy that I mentioned before.
Yeah.
He's the ringleader of all this.
Yeah.
So what they did, they refused to wear the clothes, and they would just wear blankets. And then when they'd walk out, the guards would just beat the shit out of them. So then they said, fuck it, we're not leaving our cells. And then they just started pissing and shitting everywhere, dude.
God, dude.
And then the guards were like, dude, we're going to fuck you up. Like, we're going to hose down your shit.
Yeah.
And that's what they would do. They'd bring in a giant fucking hose and just spray it at them,
Yeah.
flush it out. So they said, fuck it, we're going on hunger strike. And the first time they did it in 1980, they all did it at the same time. They said,
Yeah.
we're doing this in solidarity with each other.
Yeah.
So we're either all doing it or nobody's doing it.
Yeah.
If one guy's out, we're all out.
Yeah.
and one guy was about to die. They lasted like 55 fucking days.
Well, the second time was 66 days. Is that?
Yeah, and spoiler alert, the second time they did it, they all fucking died. So
66 days.
one guy went into a coma the first time, and his family requested that, like, don't let him die. And the kid actually said to this Brandon guy, he said, "Don't let me die, man. I don't want to die." So he said, "Fuck it, strike's over. Feed him."
Yeah.
So the second time they did it, new 10 guys led by Bobby Sands, dude.
Yeah, that's right.
They said, "All right, we're all on our own. Everybody does this on our own volition, and we stagger it. 1 week, another guy starts. The next week, another guy starts."
Right.
And they all fucking died.
Yeah. 66 days. Sands died in the maze. 9 further hunger strikes.
11 guys died.
in
And the guys who
following
survived,
30 months.
because some guys survived, because eventually the strike ends, because the government's like, "All right, whoa, all right." Like, we've had enough of this
Like,
shit.
what are we at now? 6, 7, 9? 9 guys?
They're like, "Fine, dude, wear your fucking own clothes,
Yeah,
whatever."
Yeah.
But basically, the guys who lived were like completely fucked up
Oh, yeah.
the rest of their lives, dude.
There's no coming back from that.
The one guy, I did watch a couple clips on this, and the one guy said, like, he's like, nothing made sense. Like, you know, eventually it wasn't my like stomach. He's like, it was a sharp pain in the back of my spine, like in my head, for 24 hours a day, dude. So this, I'm like, we're not going to go much into this because it is just horrifying and super sad. Like, goddamn Irish people are such a fucking bummer, dude. You're all trash, dude. Can't you guys just fucking get along over there?
Yeah, dude. Jesus Christ. Get it together. You're like the fucking Bugs Bunny episode of those two people on an island, and one of them just starts looking at the other like a hot dog and a burger. Like, how are at that point? You're so disgustingly, like, I can't even paint a picture to people who've never seen someone. I mean, I'm sure you've seen the photos from like Auschwitz of just like
It's horrifying, man.
skin.
Dying of starvation, dude. Your
And
body is
bone.
eating itself. And they're doing it to themselves on purpose
Imagine
to get rights in prison. These
You guys-
guys were nuts.
You
man.
guys remember that time you didn't have lunch?
God damn it, dude.
And then you
That
had
day
that,
sucked, man.
and then you had that big dinner after.
You're
because
like, "Oh, yeah,
I didn't have
dude."
lunch. Fuck, I'm starving.
Just fucking unbuckling your pants, smoking a cigarette, dude. Just satisfied with the giant meal.
oh my god.
Yeah.
Or you're
think the exact opposite of
you're
that,
the guy who had McDonald's and then you have Arby's for lunch and you have a fucking shake at 11:30 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so bad.
God damn it, dude.
Yeah.
So yeah, dude, super depressing, but this was again one of those events like Bloody Sunday, IRA recruitment through the roof,
Yeah.
riots, you know, basically
66 days, no food. I want to be a part of that.
yeah. Fucking crazy, man.
But as this continues, all these events continue to go on. We could literally go through every fucking
Yeah, we're just trying to
bombing.
hit the main points here.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of some shit I fucking forgot that was fucking funny, dude. The prison escape thing, something I forgot.
Yeah.
One way dudes escape from that prison is priests would come in and bring an extra robe and just give it to the guy.
Oh, dude, that's
And then
pretty
they'd walk
badass.
out with him.
It's pretty badass,
Yeah.
dude. That's some Catholic badass shit.
Yeah.
That's some fucking Boondock Saint shit right there. Let me see. Hold
Killed the
on.
queen's cousin.
Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher escaped harm. Ian Thane became the first British soldier to be convicted of murder. Dude, so it wasn't until 1984 that a British soldier was convicted of murdering a civilian during the Troubles.
Yeah.
That's 1960. So 15 years
Yeah.
until a British soldier was like dude, you just killed like a random person. He's like, we've been doing that for like 5 years.
What do you mean?
They're like, no, Sad. We've been doing it for.
They're like, yeah, you know what I called that day? Fucking Tuesday, dude.
He was sentenced to life in prison for the killing of a Belfast man in 1983. That's how, dude. That's how, like, just like, oh, dude, shit's getting pretty bad. It's the 80s, dude. Fucking Rock the Casbah just came out, dude. We're like, people are really starting to feel for these like other people. So
Yeah.
like, we gotta give
him one guy.
We
Dude.
gotta give him one guy,
fucking
dude.
guy. That's a good point too, though. The kind of just trailing off of that, the British Army was definitely collaborating with the Ulster Unionist paramilitaries.
Yeah.
They got them guns and shit from South Africa.
That was like from the get go, right?
Again, that's kind of the conspiracy angle. The one thing that they proved was that they got this shipment of shit from South Africa,
Yeah,
like through this third party,
yeah.
and it was most likely paid for by. Yeah.
Did we talk about the Sinn Féin, right? That's what you're
Yeah.
talking
So
about?
after the hunger strikes, that's when this guy Jerry Adams really starts getting more popular, and rises the ranks in Sinn Féin. And they actually elected Bobby Sands to a parliamentary position.
After he died.
No, during his hunger strike, dude. They knew he was going to die. They were like, fuck yeah, dude. That's my guy, dude.
Yeah.
And all the people that Sinn Féin, like, they would practice abstentionism. So
Yeah.
they'd get elected and then just wouldn't show up
Yeah.
to any of it.
Which is
an amazing.
it's
a fucking no-show
that
job
is
on The Sopranos,
president
dude.
that I want of
Yeah,
the
dude.
United States, dude.
Yeah.
That is what I want. The guy that's like genuinely like, I don't want to do this job.
I'm not going, dude.
I'm not gonna show up.
On principle, I'm not going.
Yeah.
If you elect me, I will not fucking show up.
What is this? Monday through Friday? I'm busy.
Going golfing, man. You got to vote?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And, I don't know. It's pretty much bombings. They blow the fuck out of Manchester, dude.
Yeah.
Huge truck bomb.
Yeah. I mean, all of this is bombing. Operation Flavius, 3 Pira, however you want to say it, PIRA volunteers die. The Milltown Cemetery attack. At the funeral, people, they're just fucking murdering. They don't fucking care, dude. More than 60 people were wounded against civilians, just corporal killings. This is all in the 80s right now. 3 British soldiers all killed. 88, 6 off-duty British soldiers all fucking killed. A PIRA bomb. Fucking...
Dude, the list goes on, man.
It's nonstop.
It's non-fucking stop.
That is really what's like
People get
horrendously terrifying about this.
It's just constant fear for 30 years. I might die today.
Yeah.
As a civilian.
That's like, so I know we just like kind of briefly touched. Oh, no, go ahead. What were you
One fucking funny thing I forgot when we were talking about the socialist thing. So when some of these guys would go to New York and like Chicago to raise money,
Yeah.
all the Irish people were mainly like conservative, and they'd be like, yeah, we don't like that socialism shit.
Yeah.
And they'd be standing there with like briefcases full of money. They'd be like, we don't want your fucking money. They'd like they'd go there to raise money and end up like arguing with people.
Yeah.
These fucking Irish, dude. Guys trying to give you $1 million and you just get arguing with them about
dude. Yeah.
it's just
Well, should we wind this down to look?
look,
everybody fucking
ceasefire
dies.
ceasefire in 94.
Yeah.
A priest, Father Reed, kind of facilitates, the ceasefire and the Good Friday Agreement. Good Friday Agreement just basically makes it a country again.
Yeah.
This is no longer a war zone. We're all going to vote on it. And yeah, eventually the British military left in 2001. They reformed the police department. There's like equal seats now. It has to be equal.
Well, they call it "quote unquote" power sharing.
Right.
Another term that just has come up before. It's just a way for so that everybody gets their dick stroked, and they feel fucking good about. Like, okay, so half and half, but a little bit on my side.
Yeah.
And, and both sides are just like, again, these two places that are the same place will never come to the understanding that this is the dumbest fucking thing.
You guys are assholes.
This is this entire war is the greatest fucking
waste the human life.
yeah.
Like, it's
How many, dude? Was it like 3,500 civilians or something? How many people?
5,000 people total died.
Yeah.
But like the so injured is like over 50,000.
I don't get why in Montessori school or like just like public schools they're just like, this is the best case we have against creationism. Let's just learn about the fucking
What do you mean?
this is all about religion, dude.
No, dude. It's part of it, but it's England's boot on Ireland's neck, man. That's what it is.
It's about religion, dude. It's stupid.
The fucking army was there for 30 years, dude. What are you talking about? They dissolved their fucking government.
No, I think it's so much smaller than that, dude. I think it is. I know what you mean, and I agree with you. Like, I know what you're saying. But at the same time, dude, it's all the petty from the 1600s, from even before that, I think. It's just like people just being like, yeah, but our Jesus is better. Well, what do you mean, your Jesus?
You wear fucking shorts to church. Do I got to say it twice?
And then because the conviction is there. Like, dude, I know what you're saying, but I feel like these people are so fucking stupid.
It's all of it is my point. It's not just the religion. It's you're on that side. I'm on this side. I hate everything about you, not just your religion.
Yeah. But also, my Jesus is better. Yeah, dude. So,
Wait. Let's see if I just missed anything here. Oh yeah, and I've been there. It's pretty nice. I don't know. It's just a city now.
yeah, dude, I didn't know that. That's like, how long were you there for? You just
week.
You stayed in Ireland for a week?
Like 5-6 days.
Fucking hey, dude. I've always just wondered. I still want to go there very badly. I've talked about it with.
Dude, they got black people there and everything. Oh man, I knew that one would get you, dude.
I'd love to just hear a fucking black guy talking in an Irish accent. Dude.
I've seen it. It's
That's
pretty
awesome.
wild. Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
But
You just ever hear an Asian guy talking with a real thick Brooklyn accent? It really makes me mad.
yeah, and they're all saying the N-word, dude. I've seen those guys. Yeah, man.
It's hilarious, man. It's like when you hear a white guy just talking like he's not white at all.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
He has a Chinese accent.
That hasn't been done. That should be done.
God made the Catholics, but the Armalite made them equal.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. But
I think that's it, man. That's all I got, dude.
that's all I got. I mean, dude,
Shit.
the Scots, the English.
We could talk about this for fucking 6 hours, but I'm glad we sort of kept a timeline, but also kind of jumped around there a bit.
Yeah, I mean the most important shit, or I wouldn't say the most important, but I mean like the beginnings of this, but it just didn't stop. It never stopped.
Yeah, that's what's so crazy about
Decades
it.
and 3 fucking decades, month, days, weeks.
Oh, you know what? We should just touch on. So, like, the IRA is still around.
Yeah.
It's like splintered a million times since that initial split in 1969.
Yeah. And not loved, not respected.
No, now these guys are like
Yeah, they're basically
the neighborhood hates them now.
They're like ISIS.
yeah,
honestly,
they're like
ISIS.
fuck those guys, dude.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, before they were like, yeah, you can stay in my house, stranger.
Right.
Stranger
right.
with a fucking automatic weapon.
Yeah. Stay here. You'll be fine. Can we give you some bread or potatoes? You know? like
But they're still wearing the fucking ski masks and, launching mortars out in the fucking field in the middle of nowhere.
just
Putting
to
out
watch 'em.
videos.
Yeah, just making YouTube videos.
The real IRA is still out there. We are lurking in the shadows. The one thing that they did when Brexit happened, there was talk of, are they going to make a border? Because technically Northern Ireland is still part of. They're like, if you make a border, we will blow it up.
God, dude. Like, this is a dumb American United States person in me, but Ireland is Ireland, and I think I speak for most of the. Another American comment. I think I speak for most of the world when I say that Ireland is Ireland.
Yeah,
There's
they're
no-
all Irish, man.
Yeah, you guys are all a bunch of
Dude,
Irish.
your
McFucks.
family's been there for 400 years.
fucking
you're
potato
an Irish,
munchers, okay?
You're an Irish dumb fuck, dude. By the way, we've been ragging on the Irish. We love the Irish.
Yeah, dude, I actually do love the Irish. I'm very close with the Irish chick that lets me put it in her butt because she's Irish.
Nice.
That's nice of her to do that.
That's super nice.
When
another human being allows you to do that.
yeah. And it's because, I want to emphasize it's because she's Irish. So I do like that about
Is
her.
that what she says, dude? Shit, man. All right. Well, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
Fucking try and find our Tumblr, bitch.
Yeah. Bread Circus Pod. Go fucking read a book.